Seal Liquid here, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a comparison between the Pixel 3 non-XL edition and the OnePlus 6T. So let's get on it. I've been using both of these for about a week now, switching back and forth day-to-day usage. So I figure it's good enough time I could give a little good comparison as far as my use anyway. So let's jump right in. The first thing, obviously, is the size. You got your 6.4-inch screen on the OnePlus 6T here, and you got your 5.5-inch screen on the Pixel 3 non-XL. And as far as the size goes, you can see the width there, basically the same. I mean, negligible, not anything to really talk about. As far as the width goes, you can see maybe about 2/16 of an inch difference there. Don't know for sure. And then at the top there, you can see the height, maybe about half an inch or so difference there, but not an unwieldy phone by any means. So you wouldn't be too bad off either one of these phones you went with. Obviously, this one's more of a one-handed as far as reaching to the top of the screen and doing day-to-day stuff if your hands are full. Obviously this one's going to be a little more easier to use, but still you're not going to be hurt using this one. As you can see, this one has the in-screen fingerprint scanner here. Basically wake the screen up, tap it, and you're in. On this one, obviously you still have the scanner there on the back as they always have, so just tap that and you're in. It's pretty responsive as they always are on the Pixels, and I haven't say I've noticed any major trouble with the in-screen fingerprint scanner. Every now and then, if there's a little oil or something on my finger, it won't recognize it, and I'll have to do it 2 or 3 times. Maybe even it won't even recognize it, and I'll have to end up putting in the pin because I tried too many times. But I mean, that's very rare. As long as you get your pretty much your whole finger on there, it's usually okay. I mean, like that, like I didn't get a good one on there and it's asking for the pin, and then I just put the whole finger and it goes. But I mean, this one works every single time pretty much. I do have the face recognition turned on the 6T. I have it pointed towards me right now, so as you can see, as soon as I hit the power button, recognizes my face and I'm in like almost immediately. So I usually keep that turned on, especially it's cold here, as you can probably see by the weather there. It is 32 degrees right now, so on cold days it's nice to have that. Just hold it up to your face and you're in, because it doesn't always recognize your finger when it's cold outside, and don't feel like fooling with it. Obviously if you have gloves on, it's not going to work. So that's one thing to think about. As far as opening apps, you have to scroll all the way over here to your recents and hit clear all, whereas here you can just tap there at the X and it clears all. So that's nice and handy. On the Pixel 3, one thing that I do like is the fingerprint scanner. You can just kind of rub across it like that and it brings down the shade, so if you have any notifications that come in, you could just do that without reaching up to the top. Now obviously on the Pixel 3 regular edition, it's not that big of a deal to reach to the top because it's a smaller phone, but over here on this one, if you're in the home screen, then you can just scroll down from anywhere and you can see, which is fine. But if you're in an application, say I'm in Google Music here, obviously I can't scroll down and bring that down. Only way to do it is to reposition your hand and pull it down, or go back to the home screen and pull it down. So it's definitely comes in a lot more handy to have that. As you can see, even in the application, I can use that fingerprint scanner to pull that down. So that's one thing that I like better on the Pixel. Other than that, what else is there? Like I said, this one has the dual front facing speakers. This one has the bottom facing speaker there. I mean, it's not bad sound by any means. I don't really have anything queued up that I could show you. Let's see here. Let's jump into one of my videos here. And let's see. Pretty much anything here. Let's try this video. Today I'm going to be reviewing these, which are the Faith 2 Bluetooth. What's up, everybody? Seal Liquid here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing these, which are the Faith 2 Bluetooth headphones by Bluetooth. So if you saw my video from last week, you'll know that I reviewed. So, like I said, that doesn't sound bad at all. I mean, it's got a good little punch in the bass there, but nothing like these do. On the video today, I'm going to be reviewing the. What's up, everybody? Seal Liquid here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing these, which are the Faith 2. Yeah, obviously you can hear that's got way more of a full sound to it, and the bass is a little more punchy with those front-facing speakers. Plus, sometimes when you're holding it, you can cover the bottom down here. The Bluetooth Turbine T4 headphones. So you just have to remember to hold it like that. If you're playing games, you know, it's usually, if you can, switch to this side. That way you're not covering it. Check it out and you'll see what I thought of. But on this one, you can pretty much play it Bluetooth headphones by Bluetooth. Either way you want. So if you saw my video for, so that's for people to play games. I don't really play too many games. I mean, I have like, you know, quick little games. Like if I'm sitting at the waiting room or something at the doctor's office, I have like, you know, little first-person shooter games or side-scrolling games and Candy Crush, stuff like that. But let's see, do I have one here? Here we go. Turn this volume down. And where's that on this one? So you can actually go into the settings and hide this on the 6T here. I might as well show you while we're in here. You can go in here, go to button gestures, navigation, and switch this to navigation gestures, and it gets rid of that bottom. So basically you swipe up to go to your home screen and swipe over to on the left side here, it takes you back, and then go up slowly from the bottom and it takes you into your recents. And what that does is basically get rid of that area down here at the bottom, so you get like your whole screen down here. As you can see, you no longer have those buttons down here, so you get quite a bit of real estate there. So I do like that. So I usually keep that turned on, but I turned it off right now just for the sake of doing this comparison, just so I could kind of keep in a level field. But as far as launching apps, they're both pretty much the same. I mean, you're not noticing really any difference. I mean, that one is a little slow to load there for some reason, but for the most part, they both, I missed that one. But for the most part, day to day, you're not going to notice any difference. I mean, unless you're just constantly running benchmarks, comparing your two phones day in, day out, you're not going to notice any difference. I mean, I don't think anyone really does that with their phones, but if that's you, then so be it. Otherwise, everything's pretty much the same. They're both fluid. I'd say the 6T, it's more snappy. if that makes sense, whereas the Pixel is more fluid. I mean, I know those both kind of probably mean the same thing in a roundabout way, but I don't know, this one's a little more, has a little more of a pep to it, as you can see with the scrolling there, whereas this one's more of a fluid kind of scroll to it, if that makes sense. But again, day-to-day usage, not really going to notice any difference. They're both good phones, both quick enough to, um, in response, that you're not going to notice any difference. What else is there? We've talked about the size, we've talked about the sound, the displays, pretty much the same. You can see the Pixel 3 has a little more deepness in the reds there and the blacks, a little more vibrance than the 6T. That's due to the DPI and the resolution being a little different on both screens. But looking at them over YouTube, obviously they're going to look a little different because screen brightness isn't exactly the same, and a couple other things here and there. This one's set to adaptive, and I believe this one's set to this one may be on adaptive too. I can't remember what I set these to. Yeah, this one's on adaptive too. So yeah, they're both set on adaptive. So that is what it is. But again, that's a wash. You're not going to notice any difference really. Both great screens. I will say the brightness on the 6T is definitely gets brighter out in the daylight and the sunlight. So this one gets up to where you can view it a little better. I've noticed that. But you can still use this one and see the screen, I mean, well enough to use it in direct sunlight. So that's not anything that's gonna hinder your use or anything. I mean, as far as everything else goes, obviously the camera is the thing that most people are going to talk about. Let's see if I can get a picture here. And a picture with this one. Jump in here. So as you can see, I don't know if you can really make out a difference. They're both pretty much the same. However, I should note before I go on, this one does have the Google Camera port on it, pulled over from the Pixel 3 for the 6T, which gives you the Google Camera with night sight and all that stuff. So I should mention I already have that for people who say just get the Google Camera on there and you're good to go. So this one does have, and this is a comparison of the two pictures. As you can see, really not anything majorly different to talk about. Obviously you're looking at on two different screens, like I said, two different DPIs. The pixel density on the Pixel 3 is a little more dense than the 6T, so you're going to notice the colors look a little different on here, but that's just viewing it on two different screens. Viewing these, if you put both of them on the same monitor and pull them up side by side, I don't think you would notice really any difference between the two. Everything looks pretty in focus and clear there. So nothing to really complain about as far as the cameras. The night sight works just as well on here. I mean night sight was built for the Pixel 3 camera, so I mean obviously it's going to be just a little hint better on the Pixel 3. I mean, if you build something specifically for one device, then obviously it's going to work best on that device because it's built around that device. But on here, the night sight works definitely way better than the night mode on the stock 6T camera. So you're not gonna be hard up on for either one of these to get a low light shot. So I mean that's pretty much it. I mean it's a tough decision, guys. I guess it basically comes down to what little features you may like about one versus the other. On this one you do have the dark mode, whereas on the Pixel 3 you do not. I mean, there's certain apps that have the dark mode, but for the most part it's not like a all-out UI, whereas this one you do have all through the UI you can have the dark mode. And the battery on the 6T, of course, as you've heard, is great. This one has been off the charger since probably about, I want to say 9:30 this morning, and it is now 2:48 in the afternoon. This one I took off the charger around I want to say like 3 a.m. this morning maybe, because I switched them out and plugged this one in to charge because it was low. And as you can see, this one has 71% and this one is already down to 62%. So even though this one has been off for many hours longer, this one still has more battery life than this one. And I've been playing around with both of these, using watching videos on both of these and playing around with them all day. Obviously this one has my SIM card in it, so that could play a factor in the battery drain, and I get text on this one, whereas I don't on this one, even though I haven't really gotten many texts today. So take that as you will on the battery drain, but I'm just saying I've noticed when I have my SIM card in this one, it does last a lot longer than this one. What else is there to talk about? I mean, that's basically it. I mean, as far as screen, it's the wash. As far as size, I mean, this one's taller, but as far as width and use, I'm gonna call that a wash too, because it's not unwieldy. For a bigger screen, it's still a good one-handed phone. Obviously depend on how big your hands are, but for me it's still a one-handed phone that I could use. You gotta readjust your hand to reach to the top to pull stuff down, whereas on this one you can use that back fingerprint scanner to pull stuff down for your notifications like I showed you. The sound, obviously the Pixel 3 is much better, fuller sound, so I gotta give the sound to the Pixel 3. The cameras, with the Google Cam port, it's really, I really gotta say, it's kind of a wash. I mean, if I was going to lean on one, obviously I'd lean to the Pixel 3 just slightly, because it still has just a little more oomph in the pictures, but you're not going to be like crying that you didn't get a great shot if you're using this one with the Google Cam port on it, because it's still taking great pictures, better than the stock camera. So I don't know what else to talk about. That's pretty much it. This is the, in case you're wondering, this is the not pink version. I like the color, so that's the one I got. See, with the little orange power button there. I've still got the tags and stuff on this one. That's why I'm not showing the back. It has all of my IMEI number and stuff on it, so that's why I'm not showing the back of that one. But this is the it's got the glossy back. I don't remember what the exact name of the color is, but and I also purchased the Fog Google Fabric case for this one. I was gonna go with the I think it's called Pink Moon case to go with this, because it also has the orange power button, but I decided to go with the Fog one, and I like it. I mean, obviously it looks white in this video, but it's definitely the not pink as I showed you. And you have the green power button there. Everything works fine, everything's lined up. I like the feel of it. So if anybody's thinking about getting the Fog case to go with their not pink, I can highly recommend it. Love the look of it. Oh, the one other thing I should probably mention is this one has wireless charging. Don't know how I forgot that. But yeah, that's the other thing that I enjoy. I did get the Pixel stand to go with this, so the wireless charging does come in handy. and this one does not, but it does have the dash charging, which charges really fast. You know, like 15 minutes you can have enough battery to get you like probably like 4 or 5 hours just from 15 minutes of charging. So I do like that, but the wireless charging is also nice, and I like some of the features of the Pixel stand, which has like a thing where it can show your photo albums while it's docked in the stand, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, that's one thing I forgot to mention, so I definitely gotta throw that in there. So if you really want wireless charging and the convenience of that, with the Pixel stand you get the 10-watt charging, actual 10-watt charging. I don't think, even though you have a 10-watt charger, if it's not the Pixel stand, then you don't actually get 10-watt charging, fast charging. I forget what the other one, and there's one more brand that you can buy that gives you that, but I don't remember which one it was. You can find them on the Google store. But yeah, wireless charging, no wireless charging. And I guess that's about it, guys. I can't think of anything else to compare these two. If you have any questions, you can always leave your question down in the comments and I'll try to answer them. If you guys want to see anything else that I missed, I could possibly do another quick video to show those things, but yeah, I'm having a tough tough time deciding between these two. I really don't know which one I'm gonna keep. Like I said, I love the bigger screen on this one, but the speakers and, you know, a couple of features, and knowing this one's gonna get the Android Q when it comes out, I'm gonna be able to test the beta on this before any others get it. I mean, maybe they'll get the beta on the 6T, I don't know. Only time will tell, but you know for sure you're getting it on this one and any other updates that come out. But that's pretty much it. Hope this helped somebody out there who's trying to decide, just like I am. Please give me a like if you got any use out of this video. Subscribe would be even better. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.